Hi everyone, welcome to your week ahead messages. So this is going to be your collective week ahead messages. It's just going to be general, so if it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, reject it. Like the video, comment, and if you want to book your 6-month read, it is on deal. So this will go into your love life, it will go into career, and it will also give you coaching. The place I'm in is very, very chaotic. It's just madness. So if you can hear the banging, if you can hear clicking, if you can hear, it's just crazy. It's a vibe. They're crazy. Okay, it's a crazy vibe. Motherfucker's crazy down here. You know when the Moroccans say I'm crazy? I look at them and I'm like, Okay, next. Okay, but seriously though. So, we're going to go through energy messages as cleanly as I can because the energy this week is super intense. It's super charged up. We did just have a full moon. I think the full moon was in Scorpio. So, look, some of you cannot live the way you're living anymore. You cannot avoid the obvious anymore. Something has to end. Could be the current self, it could be a reality you're living in, it could be a job, it could be a relationship. There's a lot of messages that want to come through. The 6-month read, for anyone who books it, will go into your love life, it'll go into your career, it will go into deep coaching that you need to know for the next 6 months. It's on deal this week only, it's exceptional. If you want to book, it's underneath the video. Okay, so we're going to do masculine and feminine energies. So I've got a message for the feminine. So here's a dealing with a masculine who is literally causing you illness. This masculine is causing you emotional illness and physical illness. So I'm getting a lot of womb energy. And this womb energy is all the chaos that this masculine is bringing into your life. Men are supposed to bring peace. They're supposed to bring healing. They're supposed to be your protector and they're supposed to be your provider. I feel like with you feminines, you're becoming you're becoming the protector, the pursuer of the masculine. So you're in a masculine energy and he's in a feminine energy. He's complacent, he's dating multiple women, he's rude. Rude is where you're just complacent with a person's time, their energy, you keep them on the shelf. That's rude. Okay? So what I want you to do is no more essays, no more text messages. Get good with the delete button. Move the fuck on to men who know how to be men. I do think the generation we live in, a lot of women have never really dealt with a true man. So you kind of get used to men being the version of what you think men are. But I promise you now, when you get in the take round the room of a man who acts like a man, you will never drop down again. That's really what it's about. So I'm talking about to the older women who are ready for husbands and fathers, and you're kind of tired of dealing with this cheap community dick and these rude men. So you need to basically, enough's enough. You're not going to change men, you're not going to change the toxic culture, but I'm telling you, some of you are being told that in your womb, you are literally making yourself sick. Having sexual intercourse, having an interaction with these emotionally deranged men. These people need therapy, they need care, they need reconditioning. Like they're not who you want to be fucking with if you want to be healthy, okay? So unfortunately, I do think I heard fire signs, air signs. I do think you have to get rid of someone out of your life because this person is just not adequate. They're not up to standard. They're just going to bring chaos. They're just going to bring pain. They're not even good in bed. They provide no value. He might be a grown man, but he's like a little boy in a grown man's package. So, yeah, you've got to get rid of this person out of your life. Do some cord cutting, do some energy clearing. Some of you, it might be a no contact situation. For the divine masculine who's watching this, it's your time, is what I've just heard. So, you've got blocked solar plexus, and the elites and the powers that be are trying to demean men and bring them into basically lower versions of themselves. So for the masculines who are watching this, it's time to get gangster. No more talking. We've got enough people talking out here. Now is the time to be that man that when you walk in a room, your presence, the way you show up, the way you look, the way you treat a woman, the way you treat, this is your time. The world needs you now more than it's ever needed you because, again, take a look. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean. Okay, we need to stop talking about the matrix and low frequency people and lazy people, and we need to talk about what it means to be a true woman, what it means to be a true man. So You're being told that it's time to get your confidence back, okay? Get yourself sexy, go on the run, start the boxing, start leading like a man, stop being an example to other men. And some of you need to work on your solar plexus, okay? So if you go onto YouTube and put solar plex activation, it will open up your solar plexus and just give you that boost. The rest is then on you to start doing the runs, disciplining yourself, getting yourself confident again, doing the work, okay? Okay, so let's see what else. The other message was about strategy. You've got to get a strategy. The message for the collective is that in your individual lives, there is shit that for the last 2 years, 3 years since the pandemic that's been dragging behind you. Stop avoiding it, because you cannot move forward until you deal with this debt, until you deal with whatever the breakdown was for you. Some years your marriage broke down, some years your mindset broke down, some years your motivation broke down, some years your business broke down. Now's the time to say, okay, we've had enough crying, we've had enough anger, we've had enough deflection and projection and blame. Here's your mate, here's your sister. And let's say, okay, I am who I always was. The pandemic was hard for a lot of people, but it's time to get back to the standard. It's time to get back in shape, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So the bigger message this week is all about enough's enough. No more lying around, no more lack of routine. Now's the time to start writing, because we've got strategy. Some of you might write a book as well, or you'll start journaling every day. And for the divine feminine who's watching this, who's got all the emotion, writing about your pain. Some of you are going to write a letter to your future lover. I've just heard that. You're going to write a letter to your future husband. Okay? So, some of you want to manifest in your husband. So you're going to write a letter to your future husband. Some of you are going to write a letter to your future self. Okay? And some of you, whether you're feminine or masculine, you're going to start to write what you're feeling. Because when we write, we help transmute a lot of our pain, our trauma, our agony. And yeah, the other side of the coin is the real tough motherfuckers now, they're not outwardly focused. Who do I represent in the world? Even me, I've coached people all over the world for a decade. I've been massively powerful in my teachings. But I'm starting to learn. God was saying to me the other day, he was like, show them, Lisa. Stop telling them and show them. And I was like, yeah, actually. Okay? So, for example, as a man watching this, you might want to be a representation of strength to other men. Okay? Go in the gym, work on your body, look gangster, and then other men look at you and go, okay, this G clearly, walks his talk. Okay? If you want other men to respect women more, then when you interact with the feminine, be a man who leads with respect, and then other men get to see you doing that, and you are an example. Me too. I think it's really about now showing people, the kind of power that I walk with now is just like, I can be very feminine, but I'm also very powerful. Okay? And I want to show women that they should be standing up for themselves and that they should be putting men in check, and that it's not rude to do that. Some men need that. Okay? And it's not our problem if you don't agree. So you need to think about what you want to represent in the world and stop moving in that power and moving in that energy. And whoever it offends, I don't care. Okay, well, do you want to sit with everyone? This is another thing where people try to befriend everyone and be liked by it. Who gives a shit? Okay, people are either your cup of tea or they're not. It's like food, right? Some food you like, some food you don't. Okay, stop trying to fit with everyone, so stop trying to sit with everyone. Know who the fuck you are, walk in that power, and if it offends people, so be it. But also don't go out here trying to be offensive, right? Just mind your business, put your head down, get to work, put the focus on yourself. I think there's too much outward focus, right? So that's a big message. Let me see what else. So money is a big issue. Okay, so woman holding a coin reversed is people being in dead-end jobs, people struggling financially. Some of you feminines, the emotional chaos could be created by money. Something is creating illness in your life because you're under excessive stress all the time with this person, in this environment, in this job. So you're being told that it's time to confront the thing that is making you uneasy and unstable. Okay, we're not going to be happy until, like, the humans don't get this. I keep saying this as if I'm not human, but I'm not sure if I am anymore. These guys, they said, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Nowhere." They said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Nobody." And I swear to God, 10 Moroccan men were just laughing their head off. They were like, "Did she just..." I just walked out, you know? I'm sick of people asking me where you're from. You know, does it matter? Mars? Like, right? But seriously, the point I'm making is, you're not going to be happy until you just embody your true self. So many people are wearing masks out here. So many people are just trying to shut up and put up. And you just drop the mask, drop the bullshit. Just walk unapologetically as you. That's it. That's the win. Be you. And when you become you, you'll make a lot of friends, you'll make a lot of enemies, there'll be good sides to it, there'll be bad sides to it, but at least you'll be able to live authentically as you. If you're feminine, be feminine. If you're masculine, be masculine. It's time to live in your authentic self. But this is a week where it's reconnecting with yourself, realigning yourself, and doing the work. Because you can't find peace until you just start confronting what is going on. Like, you just can't find peace. And like I said, there's so many. I think being in a predominantly Muslim country, you get to see who the true Muslims are, and you get to see who the fake Muslims are, and that's it. You know, and I've met many true Muslims who mind their own business. They walk with class, they walk with grace, they represent everything that Allah tells them. And I've met many fake ones as well. You know, so what I'm saying is, it's time to live from your authentic self and be a true representation of what you have the audacity to preach, because God is always listening and God is always watching, and He knows who we are, and karma is real, right? Some of years it's about finding your faith, finding the thing that you want to build, that you want to lean on. That's the message this week. It's quite intense, but I think it's because it's a Scorpio, so it was a full moon in Scorpio. I think people have had enough. I think people have had enough. I think people are tired. And they should be. Okay? Rip off the mask. Be unapologetically you. Get the fuck away from things that don't represent you. Don't sit at tables where you don't belong, where people are not authentic and don't accept you. If you've got to rebuild alone, I guess we're going to go in the mud alone. If you've got some people who'll walk alongside you. I just think I've seen this with a lot of people, like, it's time to get back into being inspired to live, inspired to love, inspired to fight for a mission, right? It's time to be authentic, you know, and also to get out of the survival. I see so many people in survival. It's like, it's time to get out there and be like, yeah, you know, I am a survivor, but you know what? I'm also a thriver. Okay, it's time to thrive. But you'll help yourself for the divine feminine by doing divine feminine healing. Okay, some of you need to do cord cutting, and you need to do, like, because you've slept with someone who's very, very bad energy, and that might be embedded in your womb. And for the divine masculines watching this, solar plexus. Okay, the men are needed more than ever, but so are the women. And there is a truth to that. We all shape each other's behaviour by what we condone, what we turn a blind eye to, and it's time for you to get powerful, where it's like, no, I will not sit here at this table and say your behaviour is acceptable. I will not turn a blind eye. Okay, it's time for the divine feminine to start holding the masculine accountable. This masculine is abusing you. He's not honouring you, he's not respecting you, he's abusing you. And I know it's painful to leave him to other women, but that's exactly what you need to do, as much for yourself as for him. Some women will accept almost anything just to keep up a front. But the real gangster women, no. You will not disrespect me. You will not abuse me. You will not be the father of my daughter and have her growing up thinking that that is a man. That's what's needed now. The whores, the men who've been lost to the devil, the demons, they'll do what they do. They feast, they exploit, they use, they disregard. You're never going to save those people. Okay? I feel like for the collective, there's just a kind of, this is for the real ones. This is for the ones who are just like, no, this is not what love means to me. It's not what it feels like to me. I don't want to be self. The world needs fixing, and I can sit here waiting for the elites and waiting for this person and waiting for that person to do it, or I can go out there and at least try. That's it. Okay, if I preach God, I am careful because I'm walking in God's tongue, right? If you're a man or a woman of God, God is giving you that. And you need to make sure that you're careful, right? That's why the atheists don't preach anything, okay? But they're not out here talking fake, right? So I just think it's time to move back into your true identity, whatever that identity is. Find your thing, find your cause. It's a truly profound time. And I feel like this week it's like you've got to get out the tiredness, you've got to get into the power, you've got to start saying no. I'm going to fight for my heart, I'm going to fight for my life, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to be someone who's a true force to be reckoned with, right? Because I think a lot of people, like, they've been hiding, right? It's like, don't hit me. But yeah, life just keeps hitting you. It's time to hit back, okay? You know what I mean? And like I said, just build your life so that other people look at your life or they look at you and go, okay, I want a bit of that, you know? That's a big message. Let's see what else is coming up. So, something about philosophy, so something about the way you think of yourself or the way you think of the world. And you also had the block brow chakra, okay? So this is where we're not looking at the world correctly. The world is full of people, it's full of dark, it's full of light, it's full of opportunity. If you see no opportunity, there will be no opportunity. If you see it as that person's the only person, then you'll start to frame the reality. So I think with you just need to open your mind to new possibilities, new people, new businesses, new energy. Sometimes you're born into a culture and it doesn't identify with you. Go a new road. Don't follow the path. Because then you're going to be fake, right? If you're pretending you're a Catholic or you're pretending you're fake, because you don't really believe it. It's time to walk in your true beliefs of what you think, and that's it. And if that means changing your whole life and getting rid of people out of your life and changing your identity and changing your reality, then so be it. Okay? So let's see what else. But yeah, I feel like on the back end of this Scorpio full moon, this week is kind of, people are like, come on. Because the full moon in Scorpio represents the illumination of what needs to change in our behaviour, what needs to end. It's transformational. Also, death is non-negotiable. This is kind of a heavy, profound time where you think of things like legacy. Is what you're building going to build a legacy? Some of us women sitting here are grown women. You can build an empire at any time, but you can't have kids at any time. So while you fuck around with low frequency men who are providing absolutely no nutrients and value, they could be taking your destiny. Okay? These men who are demonic are just building karma where their life is going to end up very bad. Maybe not now, because they're at the candy shop and they think they're 50 Cent. But give it a few years, all that trauma that they created, all that pain, all that abuse is going to come back. Because it's the law of free, it's how it works. So for the masculines watching this who think you're a G because you're abusing women and jumping from bed to bed, just remember, better be worth it. Okay? I think it's a time where humanity needs to think through its choices. We need to act from the bigger picture, not from our ego, not from, just from the bigger picture of how we're treating other people, how we're showing up, like this is the time, okay? Not projecting and deflecting. There's a lot of classless people out here. What's that got to do with you? Are you acting classy? Are you doing your best? That's what matters. I did it. It makes you insane because you watch the fakes and you're like, what's happening? Okay? But they only ever get the short win. Love always wins in the end. And a lot of yous want love, right? That's the message this week. There it comes. People who just are, your value is beyond what you own, where you're from, the job you do. You know, like this is people who are just truly connecting with each other on a soul level. This is people who are loyal. See, the doves, people who bring peace. People we just naturally feel that connection to. I think a lot of us, and I know I've been guilty of this, we force people to stay in our life. We force people to see our worth. Let them go. Let them go. They're not your people. They're not your people. You know, being in a predominantly Muslim country as a Westerner, the disrespect. But it's okay, they're just not my people. And that's okay. I don't want to be around closet, like, oh, we're open minded, but we're not. Okay? Energy does not lie. Let's keep it a business deal, keep it short and sweet, and let's move on. And then I've met some Moroccans who are truly open. They truly represent the religion, the generous, the kind, the beautiful. The women can be very feminine. So I'm good, right? But I'm saying, like, I feel like a lot of people really try to fit in or really try to foot now. See you in a bit. Okay, it's just not my table to sit at. And I feel like for those who listen to this pep talk, and I've got to do it like this because this is how God wants me to deliver the message I would rather just do, but this is how He wants me to do it. I feel like for those who listen to this pep talk, you're moving into realignment, you're moving into healing. A lot of your problems are going to fall away. It's like the people who say to me, they're like, Elisa, what are you doing? You know who the fuck you are. Stop it. And I'm like, yeah, actually. I never came here to be the bitch who's like pacifying everybody. That's not me. That's why I ruffle a lot of fucking feathers and press a lot of buttons, so what? Okay? So I'm just saying, you got to be who you are unapologetically, but also keep your compassion, compromise, be reasonable, but don't give too many concessions. I think we're past that. If you're a woman who's acting in a masculine power, but you're truly a feminine power, move back into your feminine power. Stop pretending you are what you're not, because then you're moving in the opposite direction and you're not going to get what you want. Stop pursuing men. That's their job. Real men pursue women. Okay? Bitches get pursued. Okay? So I could go into a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to. I'm also getting tiredness. So it's really important to protect your energy, you know, staying up. I think you just need to get routine, a strategy, a plan. Start hitting off the things that are dragging behind you. The biggest message for the collective this week is reconnecting with our heart, reconnecting with people who truly see us, truly value us. We don't have to convince them. When we're with them, we just feel a sense of freedom. We can be completely ourselves. We just feel at peace with them. And with the Two of Cups, see the Six of Cups? With the Two of Cups, it's like they're both in it together. So it's give and take, being around friends, being around lovers, being around people who are feeding back in. It's not force, it's flow. Right? Whereas I think a lot of people, what are they doing? Chasing the one that doesn't want them. What are they doing? Forcing other people? No. Flow, not force, right? And I don't know, I just get the message here for both the feminine and the masculine. Reconnecting with yourself. You're not going to be happy until you move into your true authentic self. You'll live your life through a mask. You'll get lost a million times because you're not acting from authenticity. This is where people present an image, but underneath it's totally different. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm pissed off, I'm pissed off, and I don't need to sit here and play at the circus with you. Who are you? Okay? So, move back into your authentic self, get a strategy, get a plan, start hitting the things that have been following you. Okay? Things that you've been avoiding, get back into your fitness, start writing down your goals, your plans. Just start getting motivated by your life. If you go to places, it's low vibe, it's gossipy, get out. Goodbye. No, I don't need to fight you. You're already in hell. Small minds discuss people, high minds discuss ideas. Small minds sit out here moaning about the government, moaning about this guy, Jack down the street. High minds are like, okay, what can we do? How can we help this person? How can we build this? That's what they do. They come up with resources. That's what true humans do. Lower frequency humans are always out here playing pity party, blaming everybody else and deflecting. Oh, look at me shit life. Okay? So I'm also getting something to do with a lot of trauma being healed as well. So in other words, I do think a lot of us have been acting from our childlike self. We've been acting from our inner wounds. We've been acting from our trauma. But I do think a lot of humans now are just like, no, we haven't got time anymore. Like, time's running out. Like, I just want to be happy. I don't want to live in my past. I don't want to live in an identity that was created for me. I want to be my highest, best version. Okay? No one's coming to save us. We have to do it ourselves. And like I said, by each one of us, the true ones who are watching this, who step up, the lives you will change. It will be in the extremity. But that means you must like be unapologetically you and know who you are. I think we've learned a lot of lessons. Like I said, the devil attacked us relentlessly, but I think a lot of people are just like, oh, there's the devil again. You know, in the pandemic, and like after, people were like twitchy because there was all this evil eye and spiritual, and there still is. You know, this country I'm in, they do a lot of it, right? The black magic, but the people who do this type of stuff are low frequency. They work with the devil. They get the short win. Okay, they're literally demonic, right? That is easy to be. It's much harder to be a person of class and character and show up day after day and be a protector and a provider. That shit, that's the real win. Okay, loving the same person over and over and over again instead of jumping from bed to bed because you're scared to get deep, that's the real win. Building a legacy that transcends you, being the person who's providing solutions, not more problems, is the real win. Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is getting to like this is where the mind is decapitating a person. The belief about yourself, your belief about life, going into the darkness, seeing everything as doom and gloom. You've got to see it as that life is duality. There is a lot of pain out here, there's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of problems, but there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot to fight for in our own life, in the collective. Like, we're worth the fight. Humanity is worth the fight. But we're not going to go out here and try and fight the whole fucking world and save the world. We're just going to be our best version. And we're going to start setting the standard in our own life. And then by doing this, people start to say, oh, can't move like that with them. This one's not going to have it. And then you become a representation to other people where other people take on the same type of energy. Okay? So this was just a quick read, but I feel like we're going to wrap it up. One, you need to clean up the past. Some years, your past is still following you. Could be a past person, you could be holding on to an ex, you could have past debtors, it could be your childhood, it could be inner childhood healing that needs to take place. Something needs to be cleaned up, and it comes from the past. The pandemic, the collapse of businesses, etc., or your actual past. So your current reality is being created off your childhood. You are choosing partners and you're choosing poverty because your parents were poor. Okay, you're choosing you're choosing abuse from people because it's things that happened to you as a child that you've not refused but that you haven't healed. It's time to get healthy, it's time to get serious, right? Because there's so much magic coming with the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, for those people who do this work. For the grown women watching, you're ready to get married, have children, build a serious life. You can't do this with men who aren't serious. But you're going on about the man who's not serious while you're not acting serious yourself. For the men who are watching, you're really ready. You can do it. You can be a totally different version in 2 years. And you can feel proud of yourself as a man, you know, but it's going to take the work. No more lying around, no more disengaging, no more disassociating. You're a man. It's time to go in the world and act like a man. The world now needs men more than ever. There's lots of men running about. Okay? But the world now needs those solid, strong, powerful, you know, driven men. And it'll just make you feel good about yourself. Something to do with I felt like quite tired as well, so I reckon these elite soul powers that be are putting a lot of bad frequencies out there. That's why it's important to be sleeping, eating good food, fitness. Don't tire yourself out with things you can't control. Really start to like iron down and turn your back on anyone who's not. Don't sit at tables of the lazy, the entitled, the projectors, and we don't care. I don't care. So you reject them? Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah. The survival of our species is on this generation of people. These generations of people. So yeah, I'm getting around the table of people who are levelling up, showing up and being a true example. The rest of you do what you want, but I'm not sitting with you. Okay? So I know this is like a ramble. Comment below, let me know what you thought, but I just thought I would do like a quick video. But on the back end of the Scorpio full moon, this is the messages. I just think for the ones who really, really just cut the shit, step into your authentic self, take no concessions, we don't care. Most of you are at your lowest point. Where's the people? And you give a shit. Where are they? Are they wiping your tears? Are they paying your bills? Are they looking after you? Why do you care? Let them talk while you work. Okay? Put your head down, mind your business, and anyone who gets in your business, make them wish that they didn't. That's it. Gangster time. Spiritual gangsters, men and women of God. Let's make our predecessors who gave their lives proud. They gave their lives so we could live in the comfort we live in, and it's just eroding because people are just acting stupid. Okay? I think a lot of us want love. We want love. I want love. You know? So, we want to be magic in someone's eyes, right? So stop, we're not Primark, we're Gucci. He's out here acting like Primark wanting Gucci. Okay? Gucci. Okay? And you're not better than anyone else. Leave people where they need to be, but I'm saying start sitting around the right table, start getting serious about your life, clean up the fucking past, do the coaching, go to the healer, do the work, okay? I know I need to. It's going to be a very tiring week, but I think it's a week to just, if you can start slowly doing the work step by step, it's going to be amazing. In 2 years, you're going to look back and be like, that was it. That was the moment I just decided enough's enough, and it changed. I'll go through each sign if I get the time, but this is just a pep talk for those people who are really listening and really need it. And as you can see, I'm dealing with, all the madness. If you want to book the 6-month read, it's underneath, and it will cover your love life, your career, and give you some kind of coaching and development. You can book a face-to-face. There's also tarot coaching, and I'm going to get back to doing more content, but right now I'm just trying to work with the situation I'm in, and that's what I suggest you do. I'll speak to you soon.